1947, India broke free, not just politically, but economically. From a 30 billion fledgling to a 4 trillion powerhouse, the journey has been anything but ordinary and wasn't built in a day. It was carved out by daring reforms, bold bets, and people who refused to think small. This is the ultimate countdown of the policies, milestones, and mavericks that turn the dream of a global India into reality. Number 5, 1951, the first 5-year plan. Our first blueprint for growth placed its bets on agriculture and dams. In just 9 years, GDP jumped from $30 billion to $42 billion. Over 2,000 community projects taught villagers to run their own local economies. An idea so ahead of its time, the world later copied it. But as fields flourished, one question remained. Could India feed itself in the face of a growing population and frequent droughts? Number 4, 1965, the Green Revolution. Enter MS Swaminathan. His high-yield seeds and modern farming turned Punjab and Haryana into India's breadbasket, boosting grain output by 70% in just 5 years. Quietly powering this change were women farmers. Food security was one thing, but to truly grow, India needed fuel. Not the kind you burn, but the kind that you bank. Enter number 3, 1969, bank nationalization. When 14 banks went public, credit finally flowed to rural India. Branches quadrupled in a decade, funding the first rural cooperatives, today responsible for 1/5 of agricultural lending. Yet for all this progress, there was still a ceiling, the infamous license Raj that kept entrepreneurs chained. That is, until the 1990s. Number 2, 1991, LPG reforms. Liberalization, privatization, and globalization ripped away red tape. FDI shot from $132 million to $5.6 billion in just 4 years. And in a twist few expected, these reforms also ignited India's first private TV channels, unleashing a media boom. With markets opening and businesses booming, India was ready for its most radical tax shakeup in history. Number 1, 2017, GST, a single unified tax system in the form of GST in 2017. By digitizing compliance, GST slashed paperwork time by 40%, setting a global benchmark. In 2024 alone, it brought in 1.7 lakh crore. Now, policies can open doors, but it's what walks through them that changes a nation's destiny. The reforms laid the track. Now let's see the trains that roared ahead. From institutes that redefine learning to revolutions that fit in your pocket, these are the milestones that turned India's potential into performance. Coming in at number 5, 1951, IIT Kharagpur, the first IIT that trained over 1 million engineers, powering India's tech rise. And while they were building computers, another dream was taking shape, putting India on wheels. That's right, number 4, in 1983, the good old Maruti Suzuki launch. The Maruti 800 made cars affordable, selling 2.9 million units by 2014. India's first wind tunnel, built just to test it. But it was the 1990s where India found a new export, not a car, but brain power. Number 3, 1990s, the IT boom. By 2022, IT was 8% of GDP, employing 5 million people. India's Y2K fixes alone earned $2 billion and cemented its place as the world's tech help desk. So with tech thriving, policymakers wanted to supercharge exports. And so entire cities of opportunities were born. Coming in at number 2, 2005, the Special Economic Zones. The Special Economic Zones Act transformed exports from 22,840 crore to 7.59 lakh crore in 16 years, pulling in $100 billion in FDI and creating 2 million jobs, half for women. But India's biggest transformation wasn't in factories or farms. It happened in the palm of your hand. Number 1, 2016, UPI and digital payments. 131 billion transactions by 2024, a $400 billion digital economy. and an open source model so good, over 10 countries adopted it. Every milestone has a signature, and behind every signature is a leader with a vision. These are the people who didn't just ride the wave of change, they made the tide rise. From pioneers of the skies to disruptors of digital age, here are the icons who built India's business legacy. Coming in at number 5 is J.R.D. Tata. From Air India to Tata Motors, his companies crossed 100 crore revenue by 1970. While Tata soared in the skies, another man quietly led a revolution in milk. At number 4, Verghese Kurian, the milkman of India, made India the top milk producer by 98, building Amul into a 52,000 crore brand and turning 3.6 million farmers into shareholders. From dairy to digital, the next leader turned soap into software. That's right, coming in at number 3, Azim Premji. He grew Wipro into a $9 billion IT giant, funding education for millions. His pivot to tech began after a chance chat with IBM engineers. But the next icon built an empire from just 10,000 rupees and a little help from his wife's jewelry. Number 2, N.R. Narayana Murthy. He started Infosys in 1981, and by 2024, it was worth $80 billion. And finally, the man who went from salt trader to empire builder. Coming in at number 1 is Gautam Adani. From exporting salt in Japan in the 80s to running a 2.71 lakh crore empire spanning ports to green energy, his story is scaling ambition in real time. So from 30 billion in 1947 to $4 trillion today, India's journey is a masterclass in resilience, reinvention, and relentless ambition. And if history has taught us anything, the best is yet to come.